Welcome to Love Them Knives channel. Let's talk Artisan. I got both of these from Artisan Knives. And I was looking at them when I got it. It's like, okay, tell me all about this. Okay, nothing, 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 plus nothing equals nothing, right? So, but they did include this little dog, Holm. That is the model name, Holm. Now it's an 1875 P, and it could be a BK, a BRG, an RW, or a BG, okay? So these are the different variants. That's one I don't have. That's one I don't have. I do have that, and I do have that. So they sent me those. It's AR RPM 9, so this is not going to be an expensive knife, and I'll give you the link below. You can go check it out. 3.1 inch blade and 7.27 overall length, okay? So a little over 3 inch blade and black PVD or rose gold PVD, and this is ebony inlay on this little dog right here, okay? So rose gold PVD here, ebony inlay. And I was going, okay, so I get the button lock thing. I get it, okay. And then you got dual, ambidextrous thumb studs. Boom, no problem. Kick that up, okay. And what's another thing that's interesting is you've got this little lanyard here, and see, they thread the cord right through here, and it comes with a lanyard installed, which is, if you're a lanyard guy, this is cool. And plus, you know what? It's not bad. When you have a lanyard and you slide this in your pocket and that hangs over the edge of your pocket, it's nice you can grab that and just pull it out that way. So I'm not against having a lanyard. I really used to be into them, and I'm not so much anymore, but it's not, if it's already installed, I'm good. And then they're right and left hand, deep carry, and a nice pocket clip the way it's set up. I like the shape of the pocket clip because it goes over the lip of your pocket pretty well, and it holds on very well, yet it still has some flexibility. And then you got these liners that run down here. Hold on, let me grab my little magnet. Okay, yeah, okay, so all this is, steel, but it's PVD. And of course, this is that ebony. All right, now what's interesting, you're sitting there going, but you need to get to the point, which is there's something going on here. We got two buttons. And at first I thought, is this an automatic? What's going on here? No, this is a thing that will lock it closed, so it won't come open in your pocket, right? Okay, and push it back. You can see where the little plunger comes out and interferes with the back of the blade. Push it this way. Now it won't interfere. Now this other button is your main plunger. You see where that plunger comes out, okay? And the detent acts that way when it flips open, and then it interacts with the back of the blade, locking it in place. But if you're like a little spooky about some of the button locks, and I have to agree, I get more unsure about the button locks than I do about like crossbar locks and other locks. So I do get a little about that. Well, okay, so you got it out and you're going to cut with it. Kick this in place. Now this is coming out to interfere with this side of the blade, and that's interfering with the other. You almost got the whole back of the blade covered with lock, okay? Now I think you're pretty solid there, okay? So even if you release this is not closing. It's not going to close, okay? So you got to release this. Then you can close it and you can drop it down. Blade to handle length, ooh, baby, she's all you need right there. And you got this fuller on here. You can kick it open with your middle finger, or you can kick it open with the thumb stud, middle finger flick with the thumb stud, however you want to do that. And it's an interesting design, don't you think? That's kind of a nice, and it's a traditional look in a way, kind of a Barlow look around how this floats around, like a very traditional slip joint knife might be. But it's not. It's a button lock, and it's not only a button lock, but it's a button lock with a lock, okay, to keep the blade in place. It's AR RPM 9 seal. So it ain't gonna be real expensive. So that's nothing you need to be terribly concerned about. And there it goes. Okay, now let's check number 2 over here. Okay, and about the same amount of sharpness. A good factory edge, not scary sharp, but a good factory edge, so that's all I need. And here's the black one, so black PVD, and this is a G10 here. Open design, there's your standoff, and then there's your little deal for the lanyard and another standoff there. So you got 2 standoffs. It's sturdy, and you got the steel liners running throughout here to support everything, okay? But let's run this tape again just in case you're wondering. So it's, yeah, 3.1 inch, right at like 2 7/8 cutting edge on there, and overall, yeah, 7 1/4. So 7 1/4 inches overall. And let's get the fat scale out, see how fat it is. 0.46, that's not much. That's about the same width as my little paramilitary 2 at 11.8. So that's slender in my book. And let's get this down on this blade here. 2.3, yeah, millimeter at 0.09. So yeah, it's not a terribly heavy thickness on the blade stock, but look at how they've rounded the spine up here. So they've crowned the spine. That's nice. And you know what? That doesn't exactly look delicate down there either, does it? It's still got some hardiness there. So kind of a sheep's foot look to a degree. Is that what they're calling it? I don't even know what the hell they're calling it. It's a flat grind, but they're calling it a Wharncliffe. Okay. There you go. Wharncliffe. It's official now. Now, you know what? The big deal would be, let's put them on the scale, because that's one thing that's important to note. Let's just assume they're pretty much the same weight. 3.2 ounces. Okay, not bad. So that'd be well under 100 grams. Yeah, 92.9 grams. So, okay. They're not heavy. They're a nice button lock with a nice little lockout. And so now you're really, and there's no movement here. There's no play back and forth, that kind of thing. So they're solid. The Holm, Holm, like Sherlock Holm without the S, I guess. But, and it comes with the lanyard. It's nice. And you can flip the clip. So lefties, you're okay. And lefties are usually okay with a button lock. They're usually like, they can function well with a button lock anyhow. So really this should be, and the ambidextrous thumb studs, and the fact that these fullers are on both sides, so they could finger flick left, right. They could do the thumb studs left, right. They could do this pretty much left, right, and the pocket clip left, right. So they're pretty well all in as far as ambidextrous goes. And then it's just a matter of, if you like a Wharncliffe type button lock knife, okay, and for the right price, yeah, and kick it through. Now you're all locked up. Now I can go up and down a little bit when this is out of play. Now when that's in play, no, I can't. But if you push this and actually just hold it to disengage it, I can get a little bit of up and down play there, okay? But obviously it's gonna be engaged. You're not gonna disengage it while you're cutting. So this, you're good, you're solid, and you've got interference here, interference there. I'm being redundant now, but you know what I'm saying. So, and here, let's check this one as well. Obviously, it's interfering here. Now let's kick this over and give it a double shot, and then let's disengage this. Yeah, I got a little tiny bit of movement in here, but when that comes into play, no, there's none at all. So it's solid, all right? And there as well. So what do you think? The Artisan, these are not CJRB, these are Artisan Holm. The 1875, right? 1875. And then you can choose what you like. This wooden one looks kind of cool. I like the contrast there. So, but this one's really cool with the ebony and the PVD. And then if you like the black, or you could go all black. So it gives you some choices of some variants. And these are pretty new in their lineup. And the ergos are great. I mean, it's a straight shot. And I get all my hand on it. And then you've got this nice little cutaway in here, right? So when you strop or you sharpen, you're not banging into anything with your stones, okay? So you can get right up there, sharpen it right up. It should be easy to take care of. An ARRPM 9 is like a 9CR18, so it's 18% chromium, right? And so, yes, it's very, very corrosion resistant stainless steel. I mean, M390 is 19 to 20%, so this is close, right, as far as chromium content. So easier to take care of, definitely a lot less expensive, and maybe something with the Wharncliffe blade, the button lock, and the extra security thing that you can use and should be handy. There you go, Holmes. It's the home and for you. Check it out. Just remember, we love them knives. You guys stay sharp.